Oh, Hen. Hen is my favorite. And today she gave us some real cute TNA. We talking all things 911.
You're tuned in to AFTERBUZZ TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey. Hey.
Oh, we started a new part today.
Hey. Same song, just different part.
I like it. But she said you got that super. Never mind.
Super what?
I don't know what he said.
We gonna act right.
Super something.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We know you missed us last week, but that's okay because we back here to stay. Yay. This is season 2, episode 9 of 911 Hen Begins. I'm Porchia Carter, and to my left is my wonderful panelist.
Hey everybody, I am LMarie.
And what's up, guys? It's Tay Alexandria. What up, Porsche?
So, guys, I'm just like this episode kind of caught me by surprise, just a little bit. Well, first and foremost, I really, really, really love Hen. Mm-hmm. I really love Hen. Like, she's my favorite character. Next to Queen. You know, because I love Queen Athena. But next to Queen Athena, she is my favorite. So I'm just glad that we got, into her backstory, and we got to see, a little bit of her logic and why she does the things that she do. Yeah. So we're talking all things Hen today, y'all. And I know y'all love her too, because we love her. Why not love Hen? She is everything to love. Beautiful, black, bold, strong, out here doing her thing. Okay. Yes. So today Hen talked a lot about purpose, and she went through this whole journey about purpose. So we're going to give you when she was confused about her journey, when she discovered it, when she was tried, when she started pursuing the journey, and how she allowed purpose to drive her to the greater good. Before we get into all of that, in our Queen Bassett moment. Before we get into all of that, overall thoughts, guys.
I just love the episode.
The end. Like, point blank, period.
Well, that was that.
No, it was just, and it like you said, it took us on her journey, and it's been tough for her. Yeah. And so we already know, like, she's kind of had some things in her life that have happened, outside of the job, but to know, like, once she got to this job that she loved so much, it was a lot of issues and a lot of pushback that she got from her captain. So it was good to see another side of Hen and her journey. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love how this episode shine light on the definition of a strong black woman. Not just that, especially
somebody who don't take no mess.
Exactly. Especially not only that, it's just groups of, different groups who are considered inferior. Mm-hmm. Not just that. And I love episodes like this that speak up for themselves and demanding equality, like Hen did. And honestly, she's like my second favorite now. Yeah. Under Queen Bassett, I said Buck. I still love you, Buck.
So she's above Buck now?
Yes. Oh no. I'm sorry, but yes, I love me some Hen with it. Like this.
Buck is probably watching. For his story.
I know. Oh God. I've been waiting for a story like this, like to know more about Hen. Mm-hmm. I love that they
we
did
get a little bit of background when the reporter came. Buck at a 101 when she came interviewing them, and we found out that Hen was shot at a young age, and that's the reason that fueled her to get here. But before that, we get into the background of how she actually got started. And of course I love Hen because Hen is the reason why I have these glasses. Mm-hmm. If I haven't told y'all enough this season, because season 1 Hen was wearing these, and so I found her on Instagram. I said, what else come from? Let me get some just like that.
I didn't get the memo because LMarie had it on too, so I'm kind of mad.
No, that's why these are on my face. But yeah,
I just tired of my
and they're my first prescription glasses ever, and I've needed glasses all my life. Like, she motivated me to actually do it. So
that's good though.
So that's that. So first things first, Hen is in this like confused stage where she's working a job just to work a job, as many of us have been there in our lives, and she's dealing with this question in her head because she starts the episode off saying that first responders are born twice. They're born first into the world, and then they're born when they decide that they're going to risk their lives for the rest of their lives to save the vulnerable people. So she gets into this thing where she doesn't really have the second rebirth yet. Right now she's before, like, you know, when you kind of like die to be resurrected type of thing. So right now she's in like this death stage, and within this death stage she loses a job that she doesn't want to work. So can we just talk about this whole scene?
That scene was a bit much. Well, we have a lot more coming though.
Yeah,
that was nothing compared to what she started to go through later, but it just goes to show like just what women go through, and then women period, what they go through with men when you're in a male dominated situation, workforce or whatever, you know. So she's trying
with the pharmaceutical rep meeting.
With the rep meeting. So she's in the rep meeting trying to, you know, sell these prescriptions, medicines, and everything like that. Yeah, it was the antidepressants. And the guy is like, "Oh, I want to learn more." Or I should have wrote down exactly what he said, and reaches in and grabs her hand like,
excuse me? Sexual harassment?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Harvey
Don't touch
Weinstein
me.
much?
Yeah, but she spoke up for herself, and she spoke up for herself in that moment. And then they leave the meeting, and her boss is like, "What was that? You should have her back."
Right.
Because you know that man's intentions. You know what I mean? But of course not.
Of course not.
You know, so it just goes to show her adversity, like always having to push through.
I'm glad I never experienced that, but it kind of just showed me how there's like this kind of a frat boy world and, you know, the workforce. And when you're tapping into a career and you're trying to find yourself, you get these people that think they're going to just push over you.
Exactly.
But Hen wasn't going. And that's what I love about her. She always stand her ground, and she let him know, like, if you touch me again, your hand going to be nailed to this table with your steak knife. I like that kind of energy.
So much negativity this episode. As three strong black women on this panel, how did you guys feel about all the? I felt like I was taking these bullets.
Listen,
to be completely honest.
Well,
like it was just every 5 seconds it was something.
Yeah.
You got Captain Trump over here. That's what I'm gonna call him. I don't even know his name. Captain Trump.
Oh, we gonna get into
him. Okay, fine. I'll go back to the quote that the guy said. Who was the once he came out the restaurant?
Her boss.
He said, "I've never seen someone light their entire life on fire." As in, like, why would you say something like that?
Like she was the one in the wrong. Like she just messed up. Like
he felt like her letting homeboy have it was her putting herself in a bad predicament to not only be out of a job, but to ruin her whole life. Like this was all of her dreams. Like this was her end goal and her end all be all. But clearly we know that Hen has some deeper desires in her heart. She has passion and fire for real in her heart. So she doesn't want to do this forever. So Hen was just like, all right, cool. You can feel like that, but I'm going to go make some new choices.
Right.
You know?
It's okay. It's completely okay to start over in life.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I went to college to be a nurse. I graduated and everything, but like senior year, I was just like, you know what? $60,000 of tuition later. Sorry, Mom and Dad. So sorry. I decided I want to be a host. I want to go in the entertainment industry. Like, that's a jump that I had to make, and I love that Hen is doing that right now. You know, you're never too old to decide to do something that makes you happy. Yeah. I know personally, me being a nurse.
$62,000.
Well, you know, that's out-of-state Michigan State tuition. Great school. However, I waste a lot of money. But it's okay to jump. And I respect that about Hen.
Yeah, it's okay to make different decisions. When you feel that you have a calling inside for something greater, it is okay to pursue that, to see what it is, to answer the call. Because a lot of people don't answer the call, and they spend their lives in jobs that they don't want.
Exactly.
Or jobs that they want to get out of, or places that they never even thought they would be in the negative way. Not a good way. Not like, oh, I never thought I'd be here. No, I never thought I'd be here. All your dreams and your aspirations and everything are flushed out of the window because you settled for something you did not have to settle for because of, you know, people in your ear.
Yeah.
And then now you're 70, 80, looking back in your life, doing a whole bunch of I wish, I would. Right. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I agree with you, Hen. I'm not doing that either.
Yeah, we not on that. So let's get into the moment when Hen discovers her purpose. Hen is sitting down with her life coach, Stacy, and Stacy is letting her know, like, girl, you done took this test to try to find out what kind of job you want, and it's all BS. She rips up the test. She like, you're not being honest about anything. Hen, you have passion. You have purpose. You have a drive. Why are you settling or selling yourself short? And Hen lets her know from the bottom of her heart, with all honesty, that I've been doing this all my life. I've been settling for things I thought I was supposed to do, or saying things I thought I was supposed to say. And that caused me to be here. So we go through this whole thing where she's asking Hen questions about what she want to do, and Hen's talking about how she don't like bullies. And then not only does she not like bullies, but she okay with being a vigilante. That means I'm gonna take this bully out because you kicking a brother when he down and you're not helping him. And so in the midst of Stacy getting this out of Hen, she goes into cardiac arrest and Hen saves her life. Let's talk about that.
That rush that she had of like feeling that she wants to go out and like take care of the world and help the world.
Yeah.
I relate to that again. Love that so much.
Yeah. And just her like the calmness that she had as far as like the paramedic that came in was like most people panic. Even if they are trained, a lot of people when they're faced with a real situation, they panic. And she didn't in that sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like she maybe not super, super calm, but calm enough to get the job done. What is important right now is me saving this woman's life. I can't panic. You know what I mean? And then that takes a lot because when you see someone, you know what I mean? If they're laying there lifeless or something like that, you panic. You go to a place where you don't know what to do, but that's not Hen. She goes to the opposite place. Yeah. She immediately goes into save mode. Like, I have to do
and
what
saved her life. And they literally said, had you not started CPR right when you did, then she would have been out of there.
And the excitement that she had going home to tell her it shouldn't have been ex-wife. Sorry. I didn't mean to put that out there. But yeah, the excitement, I understand that excitement. You're so excited, like, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it. And then, like, that's heart, that's love. She wasn't gonna be happy selling them antidepressants.
She definitely wasn't gonna be happy.
For the rest of her life,
I just like what the whole moment did to her. Sidebar.
Here we go.
Sidebar. I forgot to tell y'all, last month I got CPR certified.
Nice.
Yes. I took a full day, like it was like 5 hours at work. We did first aid training and CPR certification, and I got certified. And I had a Hen moment with a dummy.
I remember those classes.
I had a Hen moment with a dummy. So shout out to that. Okay, back in action. So, she finds out what she wants to do. She has this drive. She does a CPR. She like, oh my gosh, I think I want to go into being a paramedic for real. And then why not do it for the fire department? And so she goes home and she tells Eva about it. And before Eva let her know that she's on her team, she first downs her dreams about it. Can we talk about how this made y'all feel? Because I swear people always doing this.
I know. It's like, I hate a dream killer.
Oh, definition of a pessimist.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand pessimistic people.
Ooh, and toxic people.
Yes. Very dismissive. She don't know God.
No,
and
she really don't know God, because she literally said,
she did.
She literally said, you can't listen to God. Or what did she say? Because I wrote it down. She said,
I didn't write that one down, but she said something.
Hold on. Eva said, you can't believe in some sign from God. And then he had let it into her like, no, yes, I can believe in a sign from God, because God showed me the sign when I was 16 years old and I got shot and somebody saves me. At that moment, it triggered in her head that this is what I want to do in life. Because of the care that was done on me, I want to be able to be that care for somebody else, because at any given moment, she could have been out of there. Her life would have been gone had not the right paramedics took care of her. Yeah. And so she already knew what she wanted to do. She was just like in this zone trying to figure it out until the answer was completely clear. And that's another thing that I like what Stacy said when she was talking to her, the life coach. She was saying, like, when you just sit down and get quiet and listen to the voice within, then they're going to tell you your next move. And that's something that Oprah always says. That's why I love Mama O. But she always saying that. I swear, she always says that. She says, like, being quiet and still is how you figure out your purpose in life, is how you figure out your next moves, is how you, I guess, wrap your mind around the thing that you're hearing that you're supposed to be doing and actually following the voice. And because she had that moment of, and even though it wasn't stillness, it was stillness for her. Maybe not for us, but for Hen, that was a still moment for her to be able to save someone's life in that moment. It brought her peace. And anytime that you're doing something, this is what I love to tell people. Anytime that you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, you're not going to have no peace in the situation. Right. And so to know that you're doing the right thing is to go where there's peace. Whenever you feel peace in a situation, you go that route so that you can be able to know that, okay, this is the right thing. This is making my spirit feel okay. This is making me at peace. And sometimes the right thing isn't always the thing that's going to bring you the most money. Sometimes the right thing isn't always the thing that's going to, make your family give you an applaud or have have people saying, I'm proud of you, or give you many thank yous. Sometimes if you follow that drive and that passion, you won't always get the accolades from others, but it'll be a peaceful glory within yourself.
Amen.
Preach.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
We're going to start a segment.
You're right.
Look, that literally came from Jesus. Okay, no, for real.
Came in the heart.
When I am in moments like that, especially the one when Hen was in, where she had a moment to either do something you're passionate about or be scared. It's like I always choose passion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I know where she, came from in that moment. That's why I love this episode so much. Like, I'm really excited about it in the inside. I'm trying to contain it on the outside, but in the inside, I feel really, because it's like she's answering all of my questions through the TV, Because we do have these questions. We're going to get into the questions. Right now, we got questions for y'all.
True. AfterBuzzers, guess what? Our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there is no network that works harder to serve television fans. But, of course, we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they are so optional. So hit that subscribe button for now for this channel, and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know how you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. But for now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV Talk. As my hair goes in my face.
Yes, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. If you don't know, we do have shows for everybody. Just like, for instance, shameless plug, I am on the Black Lightning after show that goes on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. If you just so happen to, watch Black Lightning, you can find me there.
She got plugging herself right now.
Yeah, so subscribe to our other shows, Okay. So, guys, we're going to go into Hen actually pursuing her purpose and being tried when she does it. So Hen goes through the LA paramedic, what is it called? Academy, yeah. Yes, the LA firefighter paramedic academy. She goes through there. She has to earn her badge, and she does everything in the world to earn this badge. She works her butt off, okay? She pulling dummies, she dragging heavy stuff upstairs, she running around in circles, and not only that, her wig falls off.
Yeah.
Her wig falls off in the paramedic training, and she burns it, never to see it again.
I knew. She
have a question about
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She just looked uncomfortable having on anyway. That's not her.
I wanted them to address that, because at first I'm thinking they put hair on her as if like she had hair back in the day. But then when it was like, oh, you guys are letting us know this is a wig. Why? But anyway, they did that.
Let me tell y'all. They did that because everything that Hen had done before that was a pretend. She was pretending to be a pharmaceutical rep. Okay. She was pretending to be a woman who likes wearing wigs. She was pretending to be dresses.
Right.
She was pretending to be somebody that she wasn't. So in order to stop pretending, she had to let go of everything that was keeping her in that bondage of pretendism. That I just made that word.
I was like, is that an
you know what? It's okay.
I do that too.
It's in Portia's Webster. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she had to just break free from all of that, and then the wig was burned, and now she is Hen for real.
Lipstick off. She had that bright orange or red lipstick. I was like, oh no, Hen, sweetie, that's not you. Oh no.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
No. We gotta change that.
Yeah. Look, and then as beautiful ladies and panelists, we know how to fix something up and get something together, but that was all the way wrong. That was I said you can't be doing her like that. But anyway, so Hen goes through the training, and then she becomes certified. And after she's certified as a LA firefighter paramedic, she's assigned to the 118, which is ran by Captain Gerard. Captain Gerard tried her all up and through it. So let's talk about it.
Can we just call him Captain Trump?
Yeah, let's just call him
Captain Trump.
Yes.
Y'all can't compare this man to Trump right now.
I am. No, I am.
Why not?
He said diversity hire.
Right.
Here goes our
This
diversity
is a positive
hire.
show. We don't bring that negativity in here. Saying Trump is cussing at me, okay?
Oh my God.
Right now.
And that's how I felt he was doing to me. So yes, I'm about to call him Captain Trump.
Yeah, it's appropriate in the context right now.
No.
Yeah.
So let's just keep it Trump free. And let's call him Captain Gerard because that was his name.
Captain
T?
Mm.
Or you have to call him Captain T. You ain't got to say the whole word.
All right.
But I always say, I'm grateful to really, I haven't really had any experiences like that.
Yeah, me
and in
neither.
the workplace, so where you feel like, what do you do because you want to speak up for yourself, but at the same time, like she said, I've dealt with this before, but not at a job that I care about.
Right.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're walking on eggshells because you want to be careful about how you approach the situation because you don't want to lose the job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was that was tough to see her go through that. She kind of had to take it for a little while. She spoke up a few times, but he even said, "Watch yourself." Excuse me, sir?
Right.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing about him. I won't say Captain Trump anymore. But it's when women...
Don't need that negativity.
women, the problem with him is he's scared of someone actually... of a woman being right and stronger than him. When women tend to break barriers and do something extraordinary, egocentric men like that feel challenged and they try to downplay their achievement. I think that's the definition of what's happening in this episode, especially with him. Mm-hmm. He never liked to admit that Hen was right, even though she was right pretty much the whole time. And both of the calls that she did, it was terrible.
And Hen gave a reason for that. She said, "This man hates me for who I am." He don't even have a reason to hate her. Yes, of course, the call with the mudslide, the woman died, but the woman died because you wouldn't listen to her when she said go get the water. If she didn't have to go get the water herself, she could have continued to perform CPR on her and got a pulse up and running. But because y'all didn't want to listen to her, when she let y'all know that if we pour some more water on her, this other stuff is going to be able to come up, then that left her to leave her patient without the CPR procedure that she need and have to go get the water so she can get the body out of there. Which y'all was going to let this woman start breathing and then just be stuck up under there with this branch crushing her lungs.
Exactly.
It was crushing her. How...
Because what were they doing to get her from underneath that?
Absolutely nothing. His call was, y'all dig. What y'all digging for? The woman right here. Why y'all shoveling dirt?
And there's still a flow. It's not thick, but him was we need more water because it was still flowing. So where are you gonna dig to? It's endless digging. For
what? We can't be sitting here shoveling nothing. You are serving a lost cause. Yeah. But they didn't listen. And then, the woman just so happened to die. And he did the ultimate most. She done did all the chores in the whole firehouse, cleaned every single thing from top to bottom, and then scrubbed the bumper of the fire truck so clean that he could see his reflection. And you know what he did? He put his dirty, muddy boots on the bumper.
Done. I would have been through. You have to fire me. You're not going to do that to me. I'm sorry. I'm not going to walk around on eggshells like that. I'm going to file a complaint, something, transfer me, because, I'm not,
Yeah.
That was very much.
I just can't.
That's what I'm saying.
Because,
I felt these bullets sorry.
Yeah. Granted, people do come into the workforce and, they are hazed. Buck was hazed when he's first got there. And then Howie let her, first of all, shout out to Howie because, also known as Chim. Shout out to him for being somebody who was willing to be a friend even without knowing her, who didn't judge her, who actually saw her for who she was. The speech he gave, the speech that Hen gave, when she was telling the guys, I just need y'all to see me like how I see y'all. I see y'all as people who are willing to go out and save lives and help the vulnerable people. I want y'all to see me like that too. Howie did not hesitate to see her automatically as somebody who was willing to save a life, who was putting her heart, soul, and passion into making sure that people are okay no matter what they go through, that she is first on call. And so he befriended her, so
and he can relate to an extent.
Because he's a minority, and his hazing was probably tough too. But he made it through. But I like what Hen said when she said to him. She said, "You right, you a minority, but at the same time you're a man. So I got it worse than you because
that's what I said to an
their jobs are to make my life a living hell. Basically at this point." And what I hated that he said to her, the captain said that taxpayers are throwing $82,000 down the toilet by hiring women.
You know why I know he's a devil? Because he actually knows that number. He had to look that up.
Right?
If you go through all of that research to be that negative, then why are you even here?
Why are you here?
And I thought when I first saw him, I thought he was actually gonna be nice. This is like I thought
his stance.
He was complaining the whole time. He was complaining the whole time. But look, there is brighter things on the tunnel, because then we get this situation where they go out and they find there has been a car accident, and there's a flipped upside down limousine, and lo and behold, Hen spots paint, and she knows that this wasn't the only car involved in the accident. So with her spidey senses, is what I'm going to call it, with her spidey senses and her drive and passion to pursue this purpose, she knows that there's other people who are involved, so she's going to go find them regardless of what the captain just said, because the captain told her no. He said, do your job, and
this is my job.
Like she and then she told Howie, like, if I don't do this, then I don't even deserve to be a part of this department. So y'all gonna fire me today, okay? But she went down there, and of course she didn't save the driver, but she was able to actually go dive in some water, get inside of a car, and save the life of a little boy. How do y'all feel about that?
First of all, it reminded me of just recently when the season opened with the young girl. I forget her name, but
when she dived down there,
and the shoe, and that's how she found this little boy. Cat, and she saw a shoe, and she's like, "There's a shoe," and she knew that and then they see the car in the water, and she went down and got him, and it was just like, once again, like I said, like she is the opposite of, there is no panic in her when it comes to saving lives. She just goes to do her job, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
She had a little Athena in her, didn't she? In that moment.
She did. That was real good.
That was the beginning stage of a baby Athena.
That was real good. And then
I love
not only that won her the opportunity to be able to have her boss fired. Like her coworkers had, first of all, they had been sending in complaints. They seen what he had done to her. They like, no, we don't like it. And then they seen how, regardless of what he said, she was willing to save lives. Yeah. Because we not following protocol around here. No, we're saving lives, because that's what I was put on this team to do. That's what I'm purposed to do. That's what I'm going to do. I don't care what you talking about. And sometimes we got to break protocol. We got to defy the odds. We can't just be taking any and everything people give to us when it comes to our purpose. You know?
Can't play it safe all the time.
Yeah.
And the captain wasn't going to admit to that.
No. He wasn't.
Of course not. No matter what.
Even the co-workers, even though they gave her props, but then one had to say, like, oh, we would have done a second round or a second search, but it would have been too late. But we didn't need that. What you would have done, you didn't do it.
And I was getting
fired.
But
that's okay. Because, we got a save or don't save segment, because sometimes you can save people and then sometimes you can't, okay? So, LMarie, why don't you just tell them what our save or don't segment is for the people who are watching the first time?
Okay.
What it is, and then I got the scenario today, though, y'all.
Alrighty. So, our save or don't save moment is where we give you guys a scenario, and the panel here will choose. Hopefully, if you guys are looking on YouTube, you guys can comment if you would save or not save the person. So, we'll give you a scenario of what you want to do if you want to save or not save this person. So,
today's scenario is... Dun, dun, dun. A guy falls out of a window at his side chick house. I missed something. A married guy falls out of a window at his side chick house, 3 stories down.
Say no more.
To save or not to save?
Not to save.
So if you paramedics and you see this man, and even though he all broken up, he still got a pulse, you not saving.
I'm gonna wait 10 seconds. Then I'll be like, all right, we should probably save him.
I'm gonna lose my job.
I know, seriously.
Well, I just got something to say. I'm losing my job too. I'm not saving you because what was you doing here?
Why
was you that disrespectful?
Remember when I used to say don't save, and you'd be like, but she don't deserve to die. That
deserves death. To death do us part. Because she needs to leave him.
You're right. No, I agree.
She needs to leave him.
You know, I've been saying don't save for all these scenarios.
Man.
And for the sake of this scenario, this is a happy marriage, so the wife thought. We just want to have that. Yeah.
She thought she was in a happy marriage.
Like, oh, well, what if and what? Okay. For the sake of this, it was a happy marriage, so she thought. So he is not getting saved by me.
Well, guys, we have it. There's we're not saving today.
Nope.
So, guys, it is time for our Queen Bassett moment.
Yes.
I did the right hand this time.
Oh, hail the Queen. And for those of you who are listening for the first time, our Queen Bassett moment is when we just talk all things Athena, who is played by Angela Bassett on the show.
Yes.
Today's Queen Bassett moment. we get the most sympathetic, the most empathetic, the most caring and passionate person that she could have been to Henrietta Wilson when Henrietta was going through the toughest of the tough times. Okay? Not only did she help her with the water hose to get this woman up out the dirt, she also passed her number and was like, I got a bar on the west side, you call me and we gonna go there. And when Hen gets to this bar, when she finally accepts the call and calls Queen Bassett, the queen invites her into her first responders support group for people who've been did wrong.
It's so welcoming. It's so needed. It's so necessary. I love
How y'all feel about that?
I liked it. And then at first, like, I kind of could see where Hen was coming from when Hen first got there. She thought it was just going to be Athena. And there were two other people, and she's like, But then she was able to open up. She saw that they had to deal with certain things as well. Yeah. And so everyone just started to open up around the table, and she was able to, let loose and let her guard down a little bit. And I think that was good. I loved
everything about it.
Yeah. This just reminds me that our societal structure is so tainted. And it's 2018. And it's so sad. To the point that she had to have pretty much a support group for inferior groups.
Yeah, like and my thing with that is just knowing that you are not alone. Whatever you got going on, whatever you might be facing, and be it the career, the workplace, even just living your regular life, you are not alone. And that was what Athena said to me. Through this scene. She like, all right, girl, there's people out here, that's going through what you're going through. Y'all sit around, y'all have a little discussion about it, toast on a drink of wine, and y'all good, okay?
Right.
So, this ain't the AA, but we gonna get you straight today. Yeah. We gonna vent, and we gonna have a come to Jesus moment.
We gonna figure it out.
All right, speaking of Hen on this episode, we got just a little bit of news for her.
We do.
Well, actually, Aisha Hines.
Yeah, I was going to say. Guys, guess what? Our beautiful Hen, a.k.a. Aisha Hines, her birthday was last week. Fox put this out on Instagram.
Happy birthday, Aisha.
It's so cute. And they got the most fierce picture of her. I love that. And also, even though Eddie wasn't in our episode, Ryan Guzman had the 911 fam over to celebrate him getting ready to have a baby.
Oh, congratulations!
So congrats, Eddie or Ryan. So sorry, Ryan.
Congratulations, Ryan, from the 911 After Show panel. If you can hear us.
Fuck, if you're watching, tell Ryan we said congrats, and tell Aisha we said happy birthday.
So adorable.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
Just quick news, guys. But there's positive news. In this episode of negativity, there's some light.
That was amazing. So, guys, unfortunately, the season wraps next week.
No! Well, the mid-season.
Well, the mid-season wraps
finale.
Next week.
The fall finale.
And that will be our fall finale. So, y'all last time seeing our beautiful faces.
For a few weeks.
It's gonna be next week, so why don't we just get into some predictions for the fall finale?
Ooh. And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
It's gonna give me a seizure one day.
Don't say that.
I didn't see this in the previews or anything, but I feel like Howie and Maddie are gonna have a nice little Christmas. Buck will probably be there too, but I feel like I want to call him Chim. I like Chim better. It flows better. Chim's gonna come over and knowing, you know what I mean? He knows what she's going through. He's taking her time. He's so patient with her, but I think he's gonna do something really nice and sweet for her for Christmas.
Oh,
I hope.
I'm about to kill it. So,
wow.
No, not kill. So I agree with that, but furthermore, I think this is when Maddie's boyfriend's gonna come back. And that little cute moment that you just had over here, that's what I'm about to kill it. Oh. Maddie's boyfriend's gonna come back.
So my prediction was actually seen on the in the next episode. I watched the previews and I saw Bobby proposing, I guess, to Athena.
Yeah.
And that just gave me a whole anxiety attack. I was like, oh my gosh. But you know what? It's okay because we're gonna be thankful for that. Because it's Thanksgiving week. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving week, but that just wraps up my prediction. And I really believe that Athena is gonna say yes, even though she probably don't want to go into marriage no more. But that's that. Until then, guys, y'all have an amazing Thanksgiving. I'm Porchia Carter signing off. You can find me on all things social media at Porchia Carter.
Yes, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. I am LMarie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at LMarie TV.
And I'm Tay Alexandria. You can find me everywhere at Tay Alexandria TV. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.